to warn people about potentially life-threatening events such as wildfires and severe flooding. The government is to test the system next month, meaning people will receive a siren-like message on their phone. We're live to our correspondent Alice Porter, who's in the newsroom. So here we are. Here's my phone. What am I going to get on this trusty device?
Well, either on your phone or your tablet. If there is an emergency and the government want to alert you about it, your phone will vibrate, it will read a message out to you, and there will be a siren that will go for about 10 seconds. I think we can hear a little bit of what that will sound like. So this is the alert that will only be sent by the emergency services or government bodies which are dealing with an emergency, and they'll only be sent when there is an immediate risk to people's lives. And that includes things like severe flooding, fires, extreme weather and public health emergencies. It's also hoped that almost 90% of mobile phones in a defined area could be reached under the new plans. Now, the system has been tested in local parts of the country, but it's also hoped that on the 23rd of April, everybody in the country will receive one of these alerts. And the idea is that by having everyone in the country receive it, they also have to acknowledge it as well. And that will be, they won't be able to continue using their phone unless they acknowledge it. And that's going to be on the 23rd of April.
And is that going to cause any privacy concerns, briefly? Because the fact that the government, in a way, some might say, is looking at how the phones are operating.
Well, the Cabinet Office have been keen to stress that they are not keeping anyone's personal data. And I think it's important to stress that this people's personal data isn't being used. You're not having a text message sent to your own personal mobile. What it is that if you are in the vicinity of an emergency, they know that because of data that's being gathered from cell towers. And that's how it's working. But I think very much from the government's perspective, they've looked at other countries, the US, Canada, that have got a similar scheme that's been rolled out there. They're really hoping that it could be instrumental, particularly in cases of extreme weather, such as flooding, the fires we saw last summer as well. But it also has an enormous amount of potential if there is a terrorist attack. They've not said they're going to be rolling out for that, but they are going to be looking at the potential. But also, people cannot opt out of this. They don't have to continue with it, but the government is very much hoping that people will continue with it and saying it could save lives.